Hal Harper takes the cake for the most emotional show I've seen in 2025. I've been looking forward to the show ever since it was announced to premiere at Sundance. It kind of came out of nowhere. I think I knew that it was filming, but then I was like, oh, I forgot this is coming out. It premiered at Sundance earlier this year, a lot of great buzz, but then it struggled to find distribution, and it seemed like no one really wanted to get the show out to the world. But finally, Mubi came to the rescue and picked it up and is now releasing all episodes on their platform. And now, having been able to see all of the episodes, I have to say that this show really struck an emotional chord with me. By the finale, I found it to be just an emotional gut punch overall, and one of the best shows of the year. Cooper Raiff is just a tour de force in the filmmaking space. I adored Cha Cha Real Smooth, which came out a couple years ago. That was my introduction to him. It was, and still is, one of my favorite movies, honestly, of the past decade and just of all time. I'm in awe of him. He wrote all the episodes, directed all of them, starred in them. Between tackling familial trauma and the demons that we face, the demons that sometimes can get passed on from our parents to us, it's tender and moving and just overall a beautiful exploration of grief and how as parents you process it, as kids you process it, or really struggle to wrap your head around what's going on. It's relatable. It really is, whether or not you have dealt with this specific situation or you've lost someone in some way, shape, or form. You can relate to something going on in Hal Harper because it just relates to the human experience of the emotions that we go through. Probably the most interesting choice of the show is that they had Hal Harper, played by Cooper Raiff and Lili Reinhart, who are just absolutely excellent. They are the two leads of the show, and in the flashback sequences, they also play the younger versions of themselves. So we as an audience see like Cooper Raiff and Lili Reinhart, but in the world of Hal Harper, they're just the 5-7-year-old self that everyone else can see. They don't see mid to late 20-year-old people. At first, I really struggled to get on board with this creative decision because I just found it to be bizarre, and I struggled to simply get on board with what they were trying to tell here. Like, I was struggling to just wrap my head around the fact that this just looks weird to me. And having Cooper Raiff act like a little kid, it kind of grew on me over time. I applaud the interesting choice. Although it took me a little bit to get on board, I did find myself won over in the end by it. Also, as great is Mark Ruffalo giving one of his more honest and vulnerable performances. Everyone here is delivering a real sense of vulnerability in their performances, especially Lili Reinhart too. Also, Betty Gilpin is great as well, but really that trio of actors, Reinhart, Raiff, and Ruffalo, they're just delivering splendid work. I really believe the struggles that they're going through, the internal trauma that they're dealing with. It's a sad story of a dad struggling to be a competent parent while dealing with his demons and struggling to just be there for his kids. And when you get to the final episode, without getting into spoilers, by the end of the show, you get so involved in these characters and the story, and you feel really just emotional. There are really raw conversations dealing with infidelity, weight that you can feel cheating on your spouse, what it's like to grow up with a somewhat absent parent. Absent, they might be there, but they're not really there because they are struggling. Another great touch is the really gentle score and also just great soundtrack overall. The show opens with Please, 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 which I loved. I thought that it was just a perfect match for obviously what's going on in the show. Probably the thing that I struggled with the most is that the pacing was a little bit off for me. I found episode 6 to be a bit of a slog to get through, but it starts off really strong and then might struggle a little bit in the middle, and then it just ends on such a high that I felt a little overwhelmed when that episode was over. When it was all said and done, I found it to be so tender and moving. An overall very powerful show, a powerful finale that will linger and is lingering with me. Well, it might lose steam for some here and there, and I know I definitely did lose steam a little bit for me. The brilliant performances, relatable themes of grief, and overall struggling with loss and being there for your children. Tackling familial drama in a way that doesn't feel forced, it just feels natural. It's not beating you over the head with its very heavy themes. It effectively gets that emotion across into just a gut punch of a finale. I continue to be impressed with Cooper Raiff. He is one of my favorites working today. I'm gonna give Hal Harper a B+, and I would highly recommend checking this show out. If you think this is going to be a show for you, I would definitely seek it out. I have a hard time thinking that this is going to disappoint people. If you've seen Hal Harper, be sure to leave your thoughts down below in the comments. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching this video, and as always, look forward to more content coming soon. My name is Ben, people call me Meter, and I'll see you guys in the next one.